Let's start off with the performance being put on by the NSE today. As I was saying earlier, quite a turnaround from what we saw play out yesterday. Run us through some of the activity as you saw things play out today.
Okay, well, there was increased volume on the market today. Banks like First Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank increased in volumes. We saw huge volumes as well in Nigerian BOEs, and these ultimately led the market to go up slightly. Even though it was slightly, the market closed at 27,789.53 points, slightly higher than yesterday's close. This is a huge turnaround, considering that over the past couple of days, the market has been going down, probably partly as a result of profit takers coming into, taking profit from, and then also the poor results that were released by the banks. We saw among the top gainers, GT Bank, First Bank, Owando, Costain, while among the top losers were UBA, Guinness, and among the losers also were two banks that released their results today, which are Access Bank and Diamond Bank.
Let's go into those results that were released, starting off with Diamond Bank there. I mean, we saw for the 8-month period ended 31st December 2009, numbers being released. Overall impressions, because clearly the market not impressed with something given that it is ranking on the loser board today.
Yes, definitely. Even though we're not expecting Diamond Bank's results to, really be all that impressive, they still fell below our forecast. Diamond Bank released a loss after tax of about 8 billion, which was way below our forecast of about 4 billion. Even though the bank was able to grow its gross earnings slightly, net interest income, for example, grew by about 1%, while deposits, were steady. Ultimately, as a result of huge exceptional items which the bank had to make provision for in line with the CBN guidelines, the bank released a net loss position, which led to the stock losing significantly on the market today.
Well, we saw provision for losses of 24.7 billion naira. Of course, that's a huge impact on the bank's bottom line and profits. But the CEO saying today that the bank has taken substantive measures to improve risk management moving forward. How has the market reacted to this? Are they confident in the bank managing to turn around its fortune?
Well, in my opinion, I feel that the market will remain cautious. This risk management procedure has been a long time coming for most of the banks. A lot of them have, have not been so careful. But now there's going to be a change, and I expect that for now the market will remain cautious and probably might stay off the stock for a while, but eventually if this comes to play like you mentioned, then eventually it'll be good for the market, it'll be good for the banking stocks, and eventually people will start to regain confidence in the bank.
How did Access Bank's results compare to those results just having filtered through the system in the past short while?
Well, Access Bank's results fell in the same category for us as Diamond Banks because they fell way below our forecasts as well. And for now, we'll remain cautious on the bank, and we're reviewing our recommendation right now.
On that note, let's move on to a sector that you're most comfortable with. We know that the banking sector isn't your speciality, but what are the cement plays? Let's take a look at Wapco. Have we seen any traction in that share price given that they recently released their Q1 results?
Well, Wapco, since the beginning of the week, has been falling slightly, and this is not unexpected. They released their Q1 results shortly after their full-year results were released. Q1 results for Wapco were released in on Friday last week, and they were way below expectations. Their sales declined by about 10% as a result of a breakdown in one of their plants, and this dropped their production and their sales. Obviously, the market is not, reacting quite well to this, as the stock has lost since the results were released to date.
Well, certainly it isn't your stock pick in that sector. So let's take a look at how the new cement company is comparing, given that it is your top pick.
Well, like you mentioned, Benue Cement is my favorite pick in the sector because it's got a lot of things going for it. The company has recently expanded, and it's now the largest listed cement manufacturer. Its profitability margins are way above, industry average. Its EBIT margin, for example, is about 54%, where the other companies in the sector tend to hover between 30 and 35%. It's doing pretty well to also improve, this beyond the current levels. Its capacity utilization is growing steadily because the company is taking practical steps to contend with the energy sourcing challenges that tend to face all local manufacturers, and this seems to be working for the company up till now.